Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. I'm going to get up another turn here. I want to get as much of this game in as I can before you guys get your grubby little hands on it, and everybody's just playing it. I don't care what you got to say now, my friend. I've got the game myself. I'll do a better battle plan. So I'm trying to get these turns turned out. Turns turned out. I hate when I repeat myself that way. You know what I mean. I am going to jump right back in here to Army Group Center. We have now moved the second Panzer Group, and we will begin moving the third Panzer Group to attempt to link up somewhere around Minsk. Now, we did get 2nd Panzer around the backside. As you can see here, I've got the zoom out. We've got 2nd Panzer is strung here all the way on the road from Brest-Litovsk, if there was one contiguous road, all the way up here to Minsk. And that is always in the center, kind of your first objective. Take Minsk. Now, the Soviets are going to fall back from here if they can, and so it's not as if you have a huge battle on your hands to take the city itself. They usually will either fall back or you have them surrounded. Um, the ultimate goal here is to link up third and keep any of this from escaping. Now, I want to try to get out here and get as many units as we can. I mean, this would just be a massive pocket, right? There was a massive pocket here in the center that did develop historically. This would be, I think, a little bit bigger if we can get all the way around here. Now, the question will be, is when we get out here by Minsk, do we cut in front right here, which is more realistic, or can we actually extend this all the way back around the city? Now, I can tell you in War in the East 1, it's almost impossible to get these to meet up behind the city. I mean, you have to play it like Jenga or something, where you get every piece just right. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Now, one thing I did, I always want to kind of show you a bigger concept or a different screen or something at the start of each episode. So this time I thought we'd go up to the order of battle. Now, this is a, familiar looking screen to you if you played War in the East 1. Um, Assault headquarters. We'll get into that. I haven't gotten into it yet. We can have up to 6, okay? This gives us a better combat value on the attack, and we can name up to 6 of them. Now, I guess I should be doing this now, but I think I'm going to save the other 2 assault headquarters for in the south, because the south is always the toughest sledding. So it makes sense to me you've got the panzer groups as your assault headquarters to begin with. And then I think maybe we'll add the 2 armies in the south just because that is the hardest place to get moving, as it was historically, right? That's why Guderian ended up going south, trying to cut off the Soviets at Kiev, form a huge pocket around Kiev, and arguably cost the Germans Moscow. But so I think I'm going to focus them on the south. Now, I have said my priority is Leningrad in the north. It is. That's my ultimate objective. So you could argue, well, that kind of goes against our ultimate objective. That being said, again, the south is just such a slog. We may need any advantage we can get. And also, I want to read more about it. So, yeah, hey, I'll save it for the south. I'll make that my excuse. But anyway, you can see OKH under Franz Halder. You can see the men, the guns, the tanks for OKH. OKL under Erman Goering. And he's got 1,300 bombers at his disposal, 857 fighters, and 1,000 utility that could be either recon or transport aircraft. The Hungarians bring 423 men to the field. It's pretty, decent force. You don't often think of the Hungarians that much when you think about the Eastern Front. or World War II in general, but a 423,000 man army is not a slouch. The Romanians actually, 852,000 are certainly the biggest allies of the Axis on the Eastern Front, right? Slovakians bring 20,000 to the field. You can see the air bases, the theater boxes. There's another 2.7 million men by spread out by the Axis here, and of course that doesn't even count the Japanese. We don't have a theater box for that. Yeah, what else do we want to look at here? You see the on map forces, reserve. Okay, well, this is kind of new. On map forces, reserve forces, total forces, guns. You see all that. Now, the screen I really kind of wanted to point out because I really like what they've done here is they have made this a lot more presentable. You can see everything better. Now, this is the same kind of overall total losses that you're probably used to if you played the first game. Last action, current turn, total. I like that breakdown, and it seems to be better presented over these, ominous crosses in the background. That's a nice touch. Sad, but nice touch. You can see we've lost as the Axis 7,600 men, approximately 299 guns, 21 AFVs. The Soviets have now lost 154,000. Now you may say, so what were you excited about? I like this uh, format, this layout here. You can really see as the Germans what you've lost. You can see, the Panzer 3G, kind of the early on prevalent, or the Panzer III, the prevalent bigger tanks. Now you have a lot of Panzer IIs, as you see down here as well. Early on, you have a lot more of the threes than anything else. We've lost one. We've lost one Panzer IV-D and one Panzer IV-C. This is all really interesting information. You can go down here. The thing we've lost the most of all things, is the 37 millimeter AT gun. All right. It was a very prevalent AT gun. I think it's in the infantry divisions themselves. I'm almost certain it is, since we've lost so many of them, that it was standard issue to the infantry divisions as their AT gun. We can go look. We can look at the table of equipment if we want. I just thought I would point this out because I think it's very nicely presented, and much more so than the last game. So you can see all the German losses. You can then go into the Soviet losses. They've lost quite a bit of everything already. A lot of AT guns as well. So AT guns are endangered species on these battlefields, evidently. Um, yeah, just looking. I'm kind of looking at it now. Rifle squads, of course, mortars, machine guns. This is, making up their infantry units. You can see the air losses. You can see exactly which kind of aircraft, and it's just very easy and more or presented better, I think, in this game. And you get this nice breakdown and can really tell what's happening. Destroyed units, you can see a total here. So we've destroyed 70 Soviet units at this point. No disbanded Axis units. You would expect that. All right, so I just wanted to show you that screen. The production screen, again, I think the presentation is much better. It's much more well organized. You can really kind of see what's going on. Now, just like in the first game, you don't really have any control over your production. And even as the Soviets actually have less control than they did before to make things a little more historically accurate. In this game, the Soviets would seem to turtle up and get the heck out of town way earlier than they did historically, because they could move their production facilities, they could move their industries about. And I think a lot of Soviet players, hey, look, they need every advantage they can get. I'm not casting aspersions here. I'm just saying I think a lot of Soviet players took a very non-historical view of getting those out and moved much earlier than they were historically. So they have less control over doing that now. We'll get more and more into production as we go on. You see capacity, pool. You can get down here and look at every single element in the game. I guess element would be the right way to put it. Now they have worked a lot on the production system. And how that works. Now that's more behind the scenes. That's the engine. It's how the meatloaf is made, and you can't really see it. You just see it appear on the table. Um, but we'll get more and more into this as we play the game more and more. What is this? Oh, this is those metrics again I was talking about. So victory points, yeah, we don't really have to worry about that. So we're in the first week. This will not start to graph out, of course, until we get to week 2, and then we'll see a lot of things go zoop, just like that, or zoop, just like that. There will be a lot of movement between week 1 and week 2, so we'll come and look at that stuff when it happens. The weather screen. Now we did look at this in an earlier episode, kind of in general how it worked, but we may as well start really paying attention to it now that we're playing the game. Here you see there's a low pressure system moving in. Now I joked last time, I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't know exactly how this is going to affect things, but if you look right here in the Baltic, let's get out of here and let's move up to the Baltic. And down here, you can see there's rain in the Baltic, pretty much where that low pressure system is moving across the Baltic. And so it leads me to believe, again, I'm not on the 10 o'clock news, but it leads me to believe there may be rain coming here and could potentially cost or cause some mud, which would cost us movement points. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. They show you, or it's much more in detail kind of weather system. Casca 666, what's going on? How are you? What's going on? Hello again, Rocket Soccer. You're always here. Someone just signed up on Twitch. I get this crazy ringing noise in my ear when someone signs up on Twitch. If you haven't done that, run over there. I'm going to try to build up my Twitch a little bit. I do everything on YouTube. Well, I do it on both, but I've really focused on building up the YouTube. But hey, you know, Twitch, that's great too. Let's build that one up. So if you haven't already, I would appreciate it. Thanks. All right, let's get back into the game. Let's talk about Third Panzer, what we're going to try to do. But as is my usual fashion, before we get into exactly what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these units a little bit. So I've been looking at what we created here, trying to figure out if I was the Soviet player, where I would try to get out. And they are going to try to get out. They're going to try to, push through here and bring some units from out here to link up and touch so that they can get supply in here. That's all they have to do. And so this is, for instance, this is one of our points where we've only got 2 German hexes here. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back him up momentarily, capture those hexes. I'm even tempted to go this far just so they don't have anything that gets out of this routed step. Oh, I didn't want to do that one. Back, back, back. Oh, I don't think I can do it back. Okay, that's still fine. What we'll do instead is back this. I didn't want to get him into the swamp. Well, this is all swamp, but I wanted to get him right back up here, but that's okay. We're just going to back these units up a little bit, and we will still have, should I back him up? Now they're going to try to come right through here. Can I get him back up there? Oh, I can get him there. Okay, that's better. So now we'll exert zone of control. I don't think there's any way they could get down here. I guess we'll see, won't we? The other thing I wanted to do is back this unit up a little bit. These units, I don't want them to come and try to come through here. So I do want to back it up and exert a little more of a zone of control back here. I find it's best to do kind of a lattice work, if you would, of this, which also means I'm going to leave him there, I think, but maybe back. Oh, this is what I'll do. I'll back up there. Let's double click both of them and back one, two, three, four. I'll back him up a little bit. Okay. I think that gives us better coverage. We've got at least three German hexes everywhere here. And I think we should have this completely sealed off. All right, now they are probably going to try to go right here. This is the area of least resistance, at least till they get down here. Now, I don't think they have anything down here in the marshes. These are routed units and headquarters, routed units and headquarters. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting on this first turn. Let's get up here to 3rd Panzer and really think about how we're going to complete this. Now, I want to take one of these motorized units. So we've got, what all do we have here in 3rd Panzer? We've got the 14th motorized. We've got the 19th Panzer Division. We've got underneath here the 20th motorized. So 2 motorized. This is a headquarters. We can shift around who's who. 7th Panzer. Okay, so we've got 2 motorized, 2 Panzer divisions. Here's another motorized, 18th. So that's 3 and 2. And then we've got 12th Panzer Division and 20th Panzer Division. So we've got 3 motorized divisions and 4 Panzer divisions. All right. Now, how are we going to go about this? So who leads 3rd Panzer Group? Hermann Hoth, an excellent mech general, 687 in the stats that matter. He's 5'11", 185. No, I don't know if that's true. He's a 6'7" with an 8 mech. Hoth, behind really only maybe von Manstein, Guderian. Hoth is right up in that level. He's, somebody that you want leading a Panzer group. I'm actually tempted to move him down to the corps level. I don't want to peeve him off though. So he looks kind of like a mean SOB. Uh, he probably was leading a Panzer group. Let's see. So let's start in the back. Now, what are we going to try to do? I want to get rid of this unit. I want to get rid of the units here in Vilnius. We need to clear this and push right down this double rail. I think what I'm going to try to do is have a motorized unit kind of in this area to build our ring. A motorized unit here, a motorized unit, somewhere here, another one here, and then we've got 4 Panzer divisions that I'm hoping can maybe get all the way around the back. But we'll see. We'll see. It's all about the movement points. Now he's going to be the one furthest to the west. So let's let him take out what he can and use movement points that way because he's not going to go as far. Okay, so 8th Mechanized routed. That's helpful. That's very helpful, actually. Let's keep going. Okay, we just had someone surrender. Oh, wow. That unit that was in Vilnius just surrendered. It was only a brigade. Now let's hit this unit and try to get rid of it. They were routed too. Oh, excellent. And they go right back into the pocket. Now, I would love to get around these units and trap them. Um, Now, we are going to be leaving a little space here. We do have an active Soviet unit. Most of these are routed. I don't know what this is. It could be a headquarters. We got to be a little careful. Um, we've got to make sure. Let's back up and take that hex to turn it German or Axis. And now let's get into Vilnius. I don't want to disrupt any of these routed units. I want to make sure that we can get them surrounded. How How many does he? Now I got in trouble when I did this before. I went, that's what happened over here. I was trying to get one more hex, and I ended up getting stuck with not enough movement points to get back. And so I'm playing a little bit fast and loose here, right? He's only 22 to there. Let's have him clear that hex and then come right back up to Vilnius. Awesome. Okay. Uh, Now one problem is I really kind of need to cut. Okay, we need to make sure we cut the rail. When I say cut, we just need to disrupt the rail here. Once we cross over this hex, they can't use this rail anymore or even get within one of it. Um, but I also want to do the same here. You can see they've got a rail line that goes straight back here to Minsk that they could take, right? They could get on that rail line, come to Minsk, and then go out this way. We've now uh, disrupted this one, so they can't go that way. But we got to make sure we get to this one, this one. Oh, hell, I mean, we probably need to do it down here so some of these units don't get out. All right, well, we're going to go after it. Let's see what happens. Let's take our next motorized unit. Whoops. Gosh darn it. I just did that like you do in one. Again. Um, I'm going to take this unit up here first. I'm not sure if that's the smartest thing to do. Here, let's just hit the space bar. Okay. Now let's clear that out. That's the only thing that could have threatened our supply line there. Um, oh, how far do I want to take this out? Not this far. We're not going this far. I would like not there. Maybe I got to keep him within 2 of this unit. We may just have to scatter these routed units. Um, well, let's not give up yet. I know you have it at home. You have faith in me. All right, we're gonna move him up this way. I'm going to leave him right there for now. We'll remember he's got movement points. So does this motorized. And let's go get the other motorized. I actually think I'll put all the motorized in the same core. That's how I like to do it. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. That's all personal flavor. Now then, how many would he have? Well, if he went that way, he would have that many. Let's try to. Let me think about this for a moment. I'm going for it, Rocket Soccer. I can get there. I can get there. Munster 76, that's what I heard. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for following. I do appreciate it. Um, all right. Eventually, I think this unit needs to get back across the river potentially, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. As it is, we're moving this motorized unit. The fastest way, of course, is to come right here. I know I could get behind Minsk if I just go this way, but I would scatter all of these units that are eventually going to reform. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to come up here and not disrupt them. Now, he can get there with still 26 left, but we're not going to go that way. We're going to go this way. All right, we'll hit the space bar. Okay, now he's up there. Now then, we're going to cross this river. How much do we have left? Oh, we got plenty left, I think. Okay, we're going to go up this way. I don't want to go there. If you go next to them, they scatter. I do want to scatter that unit. Oh, there's more than just... All right, we're going to hit him. They shattered. It was 4,000 men. That's what it looked like. We're going to go across the rail line. So now we've disrupted their rail line. I'm tempted to go right there. I think those are soft units as well. Let's go up there. Let's see what we see. Yep, they were. They scattered. Okay, excellent. So when units are routed like this, if you get next to them, they they scatter. They will reform. It's not like the whole unit just dissolves or something. They will reform, but it takes a little bit, and so I think it's called disperse actually, if we're looking for the proper name for it. Um, okay, I'm gonna leave all of these with a few points because we're gonna have to mess around with them a little bit. So what do we have left? We have 19th Panzer, we have 7th Panzer, 12th Panzer. I mean, this is an incredibly strong force. It's usually 3rd Panzer that I pick for the refit to get the best tanks eventually. I'm tempted to go up here and scatter these guys just to make sure, but I'm not going to. This long route around. I'm almost tempted to go right through here. It's faster than going all the way around that way. I think there's not even as much to deal with. You know what? I'm going to do that. I don't think I've ever done this in one, but this is a lot of clear territory out here, and I think we can get around all of these guys. So I'm going to come down here. Hey, we captured 2 tons of fuel. That still works the same. They all, oh shoot. Okay, actually didn't want to scatter them. I thought that was going to be a good thing, but we're going to bring him. This is kind of risky, I'll admit. Because we got to make sure we link up there. We're going to have this Panzer out division out here with nothing. Oh, wow, we lost 8 tanks there. Now they lost 43, but that was a little more costly than I was expecting. What do we have there? Okay, that's just a fortified unit. I usually don't like to hit them with Panzer divisions, but in this case, we kind of got to get them out of the way. These guys don't matter. We're hoping to encircle them, so another fortified unit. Okay, they surrendered. So now we've moved this way. I've never done that before, but now we've kind of got these. We're gonna have these almost like doubly trapped. Is that a word? Doubly trapped? Um, all right, now I think I see how we're going to do this. We're going to, now we've got a clear path for our other panzers to come straight through here. So I think that what we do is move him back. That scatters that. Um, he's exactly 5 away from him now. Now, of course, these would try to get out this way if we don't tighten this up a little bit. So then, I think I'll come. All right, I'm going to continue thinking about that. Now we've carved this path though, and I know this one I'll just kind of push up here and help complete the ring. But let's move some of our other Panzer divisions first. And now we got to make sure we don't inadvertently scatter these routed units. All right, so that's his first move. Now then, where can he go? He can go right up here. He moved through a swamp. Now he wants to go up in this way because it's such bad terrain. Okay. I'm going to leave him with 6 movement points and see what else we can do here. All right, so now here comes 7th Panzer. Is that what we want? Yeah, I think that's what we want. I think I'm going to make this whole big encirclement. Let's see. And I think we're going to have a lot of stuff in it. I don't want to go up that way. Game, stop. All right, that's his. Oh, that's fine. He's bringing the headquarters. We're going to change the headquarters anyway. Hold on. So he's commanding these two now. Who is this? Kunsen. Kunsen 455 with a 6 mech. We'll eventually get rid of Kunsen. Who's the other corps commander? That is Rudolf Schmidt. Schmidt is a 577 with the 6 mech. All right, so he's a little better. We just got to kind of remember who's better than who. As I said, Hoth is up at the top. Doesn't get better than Hoth. Well, a few guys do, but barely. Okay, so I'm going to take my worst general out of these two. Uh, I said that was Kunsen. Okay. And I'm actually going to move, so I'm going to get off this division, and I'm going to move him. Don't want to disrupt it with a headquarters unit, I'll tell you that. We'll go up here to Vilnius, and then don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. I want to get him right there. Can I do that without going through that hex? That's what I'm going to try to do. So we're going to have to do it one at a time. 5. Can he get there? Oh, he can with 0 left. Okay. Now then, we're going to take this unit. So what is he? 57th? We're going to switch this over to the 57th. There we go. 57th motorized. Right. Now he's also commanding this guy, right? We'll switch this guy over. I'm going to put all of the Panzer divisions into one. Now, I'm seriously tempted, or I was tempted to move this motorized as far north as I could, just to get. Now this is where. Well, what is this? What is this hex? Water. Oh, they can't go through there. They can't get into that hex. All right. Well, that's cool. Um, he is 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. Do I want to get that far out here? I don't think so. I think I kind of want him to be right here. 1, 2. Would he be within 5? I don't think so. I think that makes it 6 because 1, 2, you have to go around the water. All right, so I'm going to leave him right there for now. Now then, look at that. Just a straight shot back behind Minsk. Again, this is a little risky. But it's fun. So, all right. It's a little risky. Take a risk once in your life, kid. We are going a long way here. They still have 64% fuel. All right, let's save some movement points just in case this doesn't work according to plan with the last Panzer division. Right, this is where we've been bringing them. 32. He's 32 to here. So let's do that. Move him up. Guess he ended up having to go down here anyway. And then I think we set him down here, right behind the city. I think we did it. But it's going to take a little bit of maneuvering. So now that we've disrupted this rail, we don't need him sitting right here. We can move him even further along. All of these we can a little bit. Okay, we move that routed unit. What's this? I don't really want to attack infantry into woods, but I also don't want them to come try to get through here to break the encirclement. I think probably a bad idea. Well, not really. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a stronger unit than I thought. I only lost 4 tanks, luckily, but I'm going to move him right. No, I'm going to undo that move. I'm going to move him here. I can't have something come in here and cut him off. That would be a disaster. Right. So let's keep moving this Panzer division and figure out the best place to set him down. I think it may be in these woods. Yeah, if I had to do this again, I would probably move this unit back here and kind of layer them for zones of control. Can I do it with this unit? Now you may say, well, this is going to let them get out the back door, but not really if we layer this properly. But it would allow them to come right up here, I think. I think that might have to be good enough. Let's zoom out here and look at what maybe one of the bigger encirclements in human history. We've got this push way out. I don't think anything can get through there. They would have to go through at least 3 of our hexes everywhere. I think we've got an encirclement there. I don't think they can get out. And then we have, mm, what would this be? 20 or so Soviet divisions potentially in this circle. I don't think they can get out either. We've got this layered with at least 4 hexes almost always. This is the trouble spot right here, but I've got 2 Panzer divisions guarding it. I think they may try to squeeze here, but I don't think they can get through there, and maybe not there because I'm got it every other hex here and even layered here. Let's see what kind of suit maker I am, what kind of pocket I can make. Yeah, we don't need to take minks this time, Rocket Soccer. Cheers. Um, that was just grape juice, by the way. It possibly fermented, but I'm not sure. Um, we don't need to take Minsk this time. As a matter of fact, this is excellent. This is perfect. I couldn't have drawn that up any better, I don't think. Now, we are a lot further along than is usual in the center. Um, In the north, it's about normal. You generally get Riga in the first turn, kind of like this, and just maybe across the river, maybe just short of it. But here in the center, to get around Minsk by this much, now we'll see what the fuel situation and how all that shakes out, because it will be a problem. I'm sure it's just how big of a problem. Now, do I have? Oh, I don't have all of these quite in command. Now that could be a real problem. Um, Now let's make sure we don't break this encirclement inadvertently. How am I going to get this headquarters out to where I want him? Can I get him all the way out here? Well, I can. I just don't want to disrupt that unit. Can I get? That's 27. It says 26, but we're going to have to go this way. What if I come here? That's only 29. I feel like these are a lot of clear hexes, though. I think this is the better way to go, but I guess we're about to find out. All right, so he's there now. Now make sure we don't do anything silly. Uh, oh, mistake time. I made a mistake there. Um, And what do I mean by that? These headquarters cannot get through here. Well, shoot. I'm going to have to back him out of here unless I figure something else out. Oh, we had everything so perfect, and I forgot you can't go through here because the headquarters would be next to a Soviet unit. Uh, oh, is there any other way I can rectify this? Let's see. What if these guys switch places? Can he get back over here? Not really. Okay. Let's see if we can save save this situation. That was a misfire. Now, is there anything else I can bring up here? What else do we have back here? Anything? I think I pretty much used everything. That was the last unit to move. Just seeing what's back here. I'll figure out a way. Hmm. Are these guys all in command? These headquarters? I'm deflecting right now because I'm thinking. the best way to figure this out. Let's actually move Guderian up. Ooh, don't want that. Don't want that. There's Hans Guderian. Let's move Guderian further along. Anyway, we'll stack him with these units. Now then, is that headquarters on side? 11 of 15. That works. Okay, we needed to do that anyway. All right. Okay, I think we don't have a choice. We can't go through here. I don't have any other way to clear. What I was going to try to do is take this Panzer division, move it here, and attack this, and then he could get through this way. Then I thought, well, maybe we'll bring this one and they can trade places, but that doesn't work either. So we're just going to have to reverse him out and see how far we can get back over there. Now, the nice thing is these Panzer commanders now can command up to 12 command points, and so we can put a lot more in that other command. But let's see how far we can get him. Uh, 6, 1. He's got no command points left either. Okay. Well, this is going to hurt our supply situation. Let's put it that way. Uh, or it could. It could. He can't get any further down here. Neither can he. Ninth, not really. These two are just going to have to be out of command this time. There's no way around it. It will just have to recover from that. That's okay. I mean, they've still got 57 and 44% fuel. These guys are actually out of command too. Well, shit. Now I've got like all four of these Panzer divisions out of command. Well, stuff happens. This is, that's what makes the game fun. If it was if I was just a computer playing, then what would be the point? Yeah, whoops. Whoops. It'll be all right. Believe me. I'd much rather make that mistake on turn 1 when they still have some fuel, not to mention they're not going to be going much further next time anyway. I kind of go hell's bells for one turn, not wait, but don't move as much the next turn. Now the problem is I've got this guy out here kind of stuck by himself, but hold the line, buddy. Hold the line. Okay. Well, that's going to make for an interesting turn resolution next time because gosh, I can't remember the last time I had isolated units that was actually not just something like, oh, this thing was 6 of 5 out, it was one hex out. I have not had something like that happen in a while. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. That's going to make it fun. We'll see now I want to resolve the turn and just see what happens. What can this guy do? This is our security guy. Our security. I make him sound like he works at our apartment complex. There's the security guy. I was just trying to figure out if there's some other move I can make. I've got this pan. I've got this Panzer. I'm not going to do something crazy ahistorical to try to figure something like that out. I'm just curious how far you can get up here. All right. Uh, I'm going to keep telling myself it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's fine. All right, let's move to the south now and see what we got going on in the south. Those Second Army headquarters. We've got 35th Corps hanging out back here. I suppose he's going to get some reinforcements at some point. Just looking back here, making sure there's nothing on the map that we're forgetting. I guess I could scoot out. That would make it even easier. But I wanted to see really if they have any movement points. So we've got 11th Army down here, which is your workhorse in the south of the south. The Romanians cannot move yet. All right, so that is what it is. Romanians not unlocked. Germans down here, 11th Army not unlocked. So we can't move all the way down here in the south. I think until turn 3. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that. I think it's turn 3. I just don't remember off the top of my head. They have changed the color of 17th Army. Well, that's good. I'm glad they did. I didn't like that color before. I can't really explain to you why I didn't like it. It just looked really drab. Oh, Rocket Soccer, that's actually an interesting idea, attaching them, or you, sir, are brilliant. You know what? That is the way out of this box. Where is... We need to move this headquarter anyway. All right. So we've got the Ninth Army headquarters. That's no big deal. We'll just move him forward a little bit. What we're going to do is move 3rd Panzer Group as far out here as we can and attach him to 3rd Panzer Group. That'll work. That'll work. That was a brilliant idea. Thank you for that. Actually, that really makes a lot of sense, and I think it will work. And I don't feel too like, oh, he can't get out there far enough. And I can't rail him. Gosh, I thought we were onto something there for a second. Um, he's only got 26 movement points. Why is that? You were right though. Maybe Guderian? Where did I put him? He's down here. He's got 21 left. That doesn't get him very far, or not far enough. What about these headquarters units up here? He's only got 2 left. That was a great idea, though, actually. I hadn't thought of that. But the headquarters don't seem to be able to. In one, it seems like you could move the headquarters from the, border, the Soviet border to Moscow in like 2 turns. They can just go everywhere. This seems a little more limited. I wonder if that was actually a design choice. Um, every time I keep seeing this, I'm like, they're going to break our pocket. And then I remember we went around them out here. Uh, I do wonder if they're going to be able to sneak through here somehow. There are 2 hexes here. They have active units. I could see them trying to sneak out right there. That being said, does that work better? Maybe I should stop moving the Panzers. That's already cost me a bit. I think that does move better. Now you may say, why get off the rail? Well, they can't rail things up this now in our controlled hexes anyway. You don't see like burning broken railway or something, but it's not operational for the Soviets now. Now I'm saying, well, now they can sneak around here. That's fine. I think this is fine. I'm still thinking about this. You know it's driving me crazy. Holy, that was a rookie mistake, but that happens. Okay, let's move to the south. Let's move Sixth Army. These moves are a lot. What's the best way to put it? They're a lot more by script in some respects. I mean, there's only a few things you can do here. I guess that security unit. They're already broken apart now, which I kind of like. Um, I think a hasty should be able to get rid of him. Yeah, he routed. All right, that's good. Now, these have been broken up into regiments in Sixth Army. Here, that's different. I say regiments. They're broken down into thirds of a division. Um, hmm. Well, why don't we take these security units? I'll take one a little further north up this way just to make sure nothing is there. All right, that's one. We could just completely go around these guys. I kind of want to go next to him and get a detection on him. Oh, okay. So it's just a fortified unit. We can take that out with the security unit. He can go here. Oh, they just go away. Now, another idea to keep in mind, I keep thinking about this pocket up here. One thing I did not do here to cover more territory is you can break these units up too. How do you do that? Well, where is the break unit? Let's go find it. That's a very useful. Oh, is this? No, that's Zoom. Logistics. Can I not do it on a unit? Let's build fortify. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's the build up breakdown. And so, like this unit, we could build up. Maybe it's a good idea. We could break it into thirds. And that's probably actually the best way to do this. I probably would have saved myself a little bit of trouble if we would have done this previously. Okay, we'll move him there. Now it's really layered up. Now we'll put them back together, probably in the next turn. I usually like to run them about as divisions. I don't like to. I kind of want this guy back here though. But is he going to be out of command again? Are we playing these dangerous games again? Maybe. Let's get him out of that. Let's take him. Yeah, he cannot get back down here. They're five. He's 5 of 5. He's 4 of 5. He's 4 of 5. So everybody's still on side. You can't get upset with me yet. This will also be 4 of 5. Okay, now that's really impregnable. Um, we could do that with some of these others, and maybe that's the way to cover a little more territory. Um, he's got 9 still. I'm terrified to move these things at this moment. Which one is this one again? This is Schmidt. Schmidt was the better one, right? Yeah, that's Schmidt. Okay. Schmidt eventually I want running all of the Panzers, and we'll let Kuntzen run the motorized units. If I split this, does it make a difference? That's the question. Let's try it. Now they're all 3 out of command. It does allow us to get one more hex this way. Now they become weaker though, but they're exerting zone of control. That's actually not true. Regiments do not exert zone of control, so strike that. But they are going to make it more difficult to get through here. They also it puts us a little more risk for sure, but I don't think any of these units are strong enough to take advantage of it. I guess we're going to find out. Um, let's put him there, and let's put him down there. We're just kind of layering things up a little bit more. All right, I'm going to leave well enough alone there. I do like it down here. I don't know if I like it as much up there, but that, it's going to be, I mean, down here, right here, we've really made that impossible to get out of that. I really do think it's impossible to get out here unless something just gets there. They come here and they touch like the Wonder Twins or something. Uh, there a minute ago. Yeah, and you can also use the B button for breakdown. That's true, Rock Sucker. Um, as I say sometimes, this is the part of the program we remember it is a PG-13 show. Uh, Okie dokie. Let's keep moving Sixth Army. Um, and kind of leave that in the past. We'll see how it plays out. Could make the game more fun. I mean, we're moving like gangbusters, so it could actually add something to it. Viking cannot move this time. Some of our Panzer divisions can move. Some of our motorized can move this turn. Some of them cannot. I'm sure there's a historical reason for that. I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head, but they don't do something like that for no reason. Um, Not him, but him. Can he move forward a little bit? Not really. Again, we've got some more regiments here. I think, they split all these. Now, they didn't do that before. Not that I remember. That's not how it was set up before. But cool, that's fine. Um, Attack with both of them? Sure. I'm also not giving me any support units, so. Oh, wow! Uh, those weren't good odds. Well, you know what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to move this up here, use our build up breakdown again. Here, here. Oh, huh, funny that. Actually, we have the third of the 62nd here. That was my bad. Um, and he's with them. This is the up here. No, third of 56th, third of 213. Gosh, how many of these things are broken up? And they're all they're all different. Uh, First and second 62nd is actually right there. There's third 62nd. Okay. Let's get back on third 62nd, move him down here, and make that a division again. All right. Now then, we've got 156th and 256th. Those are all the two, and here is 356th. He's already used all of his. Okay, so we'll meet up here down the road. Here is their headquarters. This is 17th Corps under Kainitz. Kainitz is probably one of your worst generals along the front. That's fine though. We're going to give him support units if he needs them. You can see he commands the 298th, the 62nd, and the 56th. It was his units that were all broken apart. We've got mixed artillery here, light flak, pioneer, construction. Let's see what we can go get. Now we've got a lot more choices. Well, a lot of it's construction. Heavy Werfers, you know I love it. Howitzer, yeah, we don't have as much as I thought, and we need these for further down the road. Well, we don't need construction units. You have a lot less support units. That's one thing I can tell in the game so far. This was brought up in the comments. There seem to be a lot fewer artillery units. I think that's true. I think there are a lot fewer artillery battalion, whether they be howitzers. I haven't seen the gun battalions, which you would always see the K-18 gun battalions. And so there seems to be a real emphasis in maybe paring back the support units a little bit. I don't know if it's an emphasis, but it seems to be true. So anyway, let's do a prepared attack here and see if we can do a little business. Nope, still can't. I would hate to have to bring this division up here to do it, but I may have to. Um, he's commanding 8 of 9. Okay, let's do this. He's part of all of that, and so are they. Okay, let's have this broken up part of that division. Goodness gracious. Now, see, when you get in the South, if you haven't played the first one or are just, kind of new to the game, in the South, the Soviet units are better. They're better trained. They were the better Soviet units. They were down in the Ukraine, oftentimes putting up putting down uprisings and whatnot. They're better. They're better troops all around. So it's much harder to get going in the South, as you're seeing. Now, I don't like to do this. Now, who's he with? He's with these guys. Okay. Uh, I certainly don't want to do a prepared attack. Shoot. All right. Let's do a prepared attack with what becomes a division eventually. Okay, they routed right out. So we must have missed a dice roll before, because that otherwise wouldn't make a ton of sense. Um, these guys can all go into a division. I just like having them in divisions for the most part. Uh, he's a little stronger than we had hoped. Okay. Well, we're not blowing the big gap we need to blow here, so let's get going. Let's try this again. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Is the definition of insanity happening here? Okay, well, on we go. So now I'm going to have him do a prepared attack or deliberate attack. I should call it the right name, I guess. Oh, and we didn't get quite 2 to 1 there. We really need to get rid of this unit. He's still got 5 movement points. We can try this again. No. Try it again. I have a he's a bad general, and I keep feeling like he's missing dice rolls or something, because it usually is difficult, but wow. Try it again. Maybe they'll miss a dice roll at some point. Nope, I don't think we're gonna get through here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's hit this fortified unit, get rid of it, since we only had 2 movement points left. Now we're gonna have to use him to hopefully blow that out. Oh, oof, oof. We're gonna have to use our motorized, it looks like. All right, let's do a prepared attack here then. They're tough nuggets up here. I should have gone around them, it seems. All right, we'll do a deliberate attack there. I really didn't want to do that. We knocked him back. We're gonna have to use some of our motorized, which is not great. Okay, he routed finally. Look at all of these battles that have happened here. We'll hit him with a hasty again. Come on, move him, move him. No, we lost more men than they did. So we ended up taking a little bit of a licking right there. Um, all right, let's do a deliberate attack with those two. Didn't get us there. Didn't get us there. Oh, I didn't do it with both. Maybe that's why. All right. Let's do this again. There we go. So we had an artillery battalion that surrendered. Let's just move this. Can he just move forward by himself? No. Okay. Let's go here. We'll have this security unit hit him for no other reason. I know it's not going to get good odds, but just to wear him down a little bit more. We lost a couple planes. Not the end of the world. He still has a deliberate attack left. Let's see if he can maybe move it. Not quite. All right, now we got to do a hasty. Big battles here with the 6th Army. We're not going to get rid of this guy, but that's all right, because we're going to bring this motorized unit here and smoke him out. But what can you do? All right, can he move up now? Move down? Maybe I'll move him down here. All right, whoops, didn't want to do that. This unit. Let's move this unit down here because I'm eventually going to be moving these Panzer divisions, and so this is all set up differently. I'm not used to this setup. I kind of wish these elements of Sixth Army were up this way, because I think once we get through these couple of units, we're in good shape. Um, can he go any further? No. Security, security. Oh, why not? Why not? We're wearing out both sides. It's like throwing the towel. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. So we're done there. Can't move him. Can't move him. Motorized. If we back up and we just look at the terrain, kind of big picture of the terrain, we've got swamp there, right? Yeah, we've got swamp there. It doesn't get clear until we get by the Gorin River or the Steer River. We need to get out here. This is where you can really run. It always starts difficult in the south. We'll get there. With that, so we moved the first part of the Sixth Army. Um, I think I'm going to call it an episode. And then I'll get up tomorrow morning. Who knows? It may be 6 a.m. Pacific. You may see me live streaming. I'm going to try to live stream this game as much as I can tomorrow. Now, my understanding, I was looking at the forums before I logged on here, is that they are going to try to get this out at 3 p.m. UK time. What is that? Like 11 a.m. New York? Is that right? Um, 10 o'clock Central. So New York, then Chicago at 10, Denver at 9, LA at 8 a.m. Um, and so it'll be, it'll be out. They're trying to get it out. Of course, be understanding. I'm sure there's a lot of logistics that goes behind that and more. And after I have messed up my command range up here in the center, I'm in no place to criticize. But that's fine. That's fine. We got our big encirclement. I really was just trying to get the biggest encirclement I can. I never even dreamed that I would have these guys out of command. We'll recover. Um, anyway, so the game comes out tomorrow. I am loving the heck out of it. Absolutely loving it. And is it some kind of crazy new game, a complete new system or something? No. The air system is completely different and new, much like War in the West. They had started to develop that system there. This has fleshed that out some. And I can't wait to get to turn two and get back into the air war with you because I've read more and more and more. I've thought about what we did before, and I think, in my mind, every time I go through it one more time, I feel like I distill it down in my mind a little bit more and hopefully can explain it to you even better. If it's something you get the game tomorrow, you start messing around with the air part and you're like, well, I'm in this air phase. I really just want to move the panzers and blow things up. Don't get frustrated. I will be doing a lot of coverage of how the air directives work again tomorrow. I did cover it in the earlier videos, but again, as I said, as I play the game more, as I think about it more, I think I can explain it better. As I get my arms more and more and more around it. So anyway, tomorrow is the day. It's gonna be a good one if you're a fan of this series, that is for sure. So anyway, thank you guys so much. You guys are always the best parts of the stream. I mean, even above my generalship, if you can believe it. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening if it's evening where you are. Heck, some of the people in the Far East and getting towards Europe time will be up soon. So anyway, I will talk to you tomorrow. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Good night and goodbye.